All right. What's up, tycoons? What's up, traders? Coming at you guys with a viewer request. We're going to be taking a look at the Lido token, ticker symbol LDO. All right, breaking it down on the daily chart. Now, we're going to go over the chart patterns we have here, our bullish price targets to the upside, as well as our key levels of support that we need to hold in case of a pullback. We'll also take a look at the MACD and the relative strength index and see if there's anything that can help us understand some of the future price action. I'm going to break down how to go over all of these strategies, and hopefully you learn something new by the end of the video. So make sure to smash the like button, subscribe to the channel if you guys are new, and we're going to jump off here, starting off with our rising wedge pattern indicated by these two trend lines right here. So clearly we can see price action is squeezing in between here, and this is a bearish chart pattern. Okay, so you do need to be a little bit cautious as we continue to develop through this structure, right? If we end up breaking this trend line here, there is a good chance that we could come down back to the $2 region, maybe even below the $2 region. But just because we have a chart pattern on the screen doesn't mean that it has to play out. Okay, we can easily break this structure, right? If we start trading sideways, okay, then we're going to break through that bearish rising wedge structure, and if we push above our trend line up here, we're also going to break that structure as well. So, we could very well just keep consolidating and squeezing within this and hit our first bullish price target, which is going to be 3.464. So there's lots of different scenarios. One thing that I like to do is I like to look at the MACD as well as the relative strength index. So if you see, we have this trend line here on our relative strength index, this bearish trend line here. What I want to highlight is basically take a look at this, right? We have a high, okay, then we have a higher high, and then we get a higher high again. So the token is clearly in an uptrend, but we're actually losing relative strength, right? We get a high, a lower high, and then a lower high. So when your relative strength index is making lower highs, but the price of the token is making higher highs, that's going to be a term known as bearish divergence, and it's an indicator you may see some type of bearish activity. Right now, it's not guaranteed, but it's just something we need to keep in mind because we also have a bearish chart pattern and we're seeing bearish divergence. So we need to be prepared just in case we do get a pullback and we end up breaking through this trend line and keep on respecting that bearish divergence trend line. We also see the same thing on our MACD, right? We're continuing to go up, but the MACD has a high, lower high, and then a lower high again. So, there's two divergences, two bearish divergences, one on the MACD, one on the RSI. We have a bearish chart pattern right here. So now is a good time to pay attention, maybe set some alerts, and just be aware that we could see some type of a pullback. Now, we can break through these structures, okay? So, for instance, on the MACD, if we can break through above here and we can get this red line to curl above the blue line and break out past this trend line, that's going to be a bullish signal, right? And it could mean that we, actually move upwards and get a nice breakout to the upside, okay? Same thing on the relative strength index. You want to see this thing break out, and if it goes to retest, you want to see it bounce, okay? You want to see it bounce and stay above. Rather than being a resistance trend line, you want to flip this trend line to an area of support. If you do a look above and fail, and let's say we get a breakout, okay, but we fail and we come back down within this range, that's going to be a bearish signal. And the reason being is because bulls were presented the opportunity on the breakout to really push things up higher, but rather they didn't take advantage of the opportunity, and bears were able to get back in control and drive price down lower. Okay, so you definitely want to watch out for those. Now we have these three levels right here, and the reason it says bearish below here is because these are our three major Fibonacci retracement levels, right? And the reason you use these is because nothing moves in a straight line up or in a straight line down. Rather, you get a move up, retracement, continuation of the trend, or a move down, retracement, continuation of the trend. So over here, that's what we did, right? We moved up, we retraced down, and then we continued that trend and we're pushing up higher. All right, but now we have some of our new retracement levels, okay, from the original swing low to high. Now we have a new low, okay, we have some new highs up here. So if we do get a pullback, all right, it's still a healthy retracement in all of these three levels, right, ultimately to try to continue the trend. Now, I just showed you guys how you can use it to spot trend continuation. You can also use them to spot trend reversals, right? So, an upside reversal would be a move down, retracement, consolidation, and then break through those retracement levels. And a downside reversal, right? Essentially, we would come up here, move down, retrace, okay, to our healthy retracement levels. And if we start to consolidate and break through those retracement levels, we could be getting a retest of our previous lows around the $2 region, or potentially even lower. It just depends. So definitely keep an eye on these. The three levels you want to look at are the 38.2, the 50%, and 61.8%. Remember, those are the three most common and well respected. There are other retracement levels, but especially if you're new to using the fibs, these three are going to be pretty useful and do the job for you for starting out. All right, now those levels specifically are 2.274, 2.536, and 2.347. Above these levels, right, we have the chance to continue pushing higher, hit our first bullish price target at 3.464, hit our second bullish price target at 3.883, and our third bullish price target is going to be around 4.414. So that's it for today's video. Hopefully you enjoyed it and learned something new. If you did, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel. I do these viewer requests every week. So if you want to see your crypto token in the next video, all you got to do is comment down below and I'll get to it as soon as I can.